Hey guys, Leonidas here. Just doing a little quick gear video before I head out tomorrow to the Pinhoti Trail. So right now I've got sleep gear out here. I'm just going to show you real quick, and then I'm going to kind of stage some stuff and cut back and forth between the videos as I get stuff out here, because I don't have a good spot right now to spread everything out in. So for winter, what I do is I carry 2 quilts. So what you can see there is a 40-degree Enlightened Equipment Enigma Apex and a 50-degree Enlightened Equipment Apex Enigma, and I've slept with those two combined down to 22 on the AT in 2018. So yellow thing there is the infamous Thermarest, or is it? Yeah, the X-Lite. That is the long wide. Super comfy, and I paired that with those quilts and slept fine. This time I have not brought these before, but I'm bringing, if you can see those right there, those tights. That is a pair of Under Armour Base 4.0 grid fleece tights. I'm bringing those for this trip because I'm expecting some temps down to 20. So I'm bringing those to sleep in. That'll go along with my down booties that are in one of those 2 bags that'll be in my liner bag. And then that is my new Sea to Summit Eros large pillow. I've had a large. I thought it was a regular, but it was a large, so I ordered this one because I had a deal on it. But it turns out that they're both the same size. But I noticed when I blew up my old Eros that I think I'm losing a baffle on it. So I have this new one. I'm going to take it on this trip. And they've changed the design just a little bit. It's got a kind of a loop material on the back that's actually pretty soft, that is designed for a hook setup that they have now on some of their new Sea to Summit pads that keeps the pillow in place. So that is the sleep gear. That'll be augmented with, I've got some warmth gear that I'll pull out here, clothes that I'm bringing, that I'm packing for warmth, and then I'm still on the fence on a couple worn pieces. So alright, so next up we've got the clothing that I'm packing. The bright yellow jacket there is a Mountain Hardwear micro thermostatic. I've had that for several years, and this is actually the last trip that will be going on. I'm going to be replacing it with a Enlightened Equipment Apex Torrid non-hooded, maybe around Black Friday or a little. I should have it for a trip that you'll find out about that I'm going on in March. Those are my blaze orange Under Armour tights. Those I wear when it's cold enough outside during the day. I have slept in them before, but for this trip I'm thinking a couple of the days I may be wearing them, but they're not necessarily going to be worn all the time, so throwing them in with the packed gear. I have a buff down there, the black line that I've had since the 2016 on the AT. Those blue gloves are the Showa Temrez 281. I went ahead and got some XXLs because I had some XLs and they weren't as big as I would like. Well, it turns out the XXLs are not any bigger lengthwise, they're only bigger in the fingers. So that gives me a little more room so that the possum down gloves that are next to them are not so tight. But those are the possum down gloves. The bright orange beanie there is a BlackRock down beanie. And then there's a BlackRock woolly light right below it. The down beanie I have slept in a couple times. That works really well. I'll use the merino woolly for a combination of sleep if it's cold enough, and if it's cold enough outside I will wear that on my head. And there in the middle is the Kui Peloton 97, or this model is actually the Mountain Fit. Same thing, it's just offered in this dark charcoal black, and that has only been out so far on the AT with me this past year, and it maybe got, we might have got into the 40s I think one night, but it worked really well. If it was windy I would just put my Frog Dogs jacket over it, but for this trip I definitely will be sleeping in it, and it will be an active layer. And I am contemplating, I have a Patagonia Cap 1 top, an older model that I'm going back and forth on carrying. I haven't decided yet if I'm bringing that, but I may bring it as a sleep layer so that I can use the cooey as a warmth layer just in case it does get wet. But that's still to be decided. I'm just, with not generally being out for this long and temps with this range, it's going to be up to 65 on Monday and then down overnight to 20 Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And I think last I looked, Tuesday the high was either 39 or 40. So there's going to be a pretty big difference in temps. So I'm just trying to be, not pack too much, but not carry something that might make it a little nicer just to be out there and not as rough. I'm also still up in the air on the clothes that I'm actually going to wear. I don't think I'm going to bring those out. I haven't decided yet. I normally will do running shorts, and for this trip I'm going to be doing in March, I was actually contemplating bringing back out the hiking kilt that I have, and so I'm kind of torn for this trip, the same thing, because the ability to take tights on and off with the kilt is a whole lot easier than with running shorts. I don't like to put the tights on over the running shorts personally, but so I haven't decided on that either. I may, you'll see once I get out there. Whatever I pick, that's what I'm going with. I'm also in a shoe dilemma. My Lone Peak 3s are looking pretty rough. I was really, and I still am considering, I still have my King MTs, the originals. They've got over 500 miles on them, but they still look pretty good. They're still in pretty good shape. So I'm contemplating bringing those. I've modified the insole a little bit, but I do have a fresh pair of Temps in the box in my closet, and I might bring those. I just can't make up my mind on whether, because they don't have the right plate. I didn't think about that when I bought them, and so I've been kind of debating just selling them since they haven't been used. So again, I'm in a clothing dilemma because I kind of want to test out the waters for a March trip. So since there's potential for pretty cold temps this trip, this could help me to figure out what I really want to bring in March. So alright, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So as you can see over here on the right, finger there, Z-Packs Duplex. Stakes are in there. I've checked. Stakes will be coming with me this trip. Z-Packs front pack, it clips onto the front of the pack there. That is a bright orange with reflective stripe pack cover. It is hunting season in Alabama and in Georgia. So pack cover, not for water resistance or anything else, for not getting shot. And this over here is my brand new Z-Packs Arc Blast. It's been out on a day hike. You can see my Z seats on there. My Frog Dogs jacket is in there. My Montbell umbrella is in there. My Z-Packs rain kilt is in the front pouch. It does have the lumbar pad, and inside is my pack liner. Even though it's DCF, I still bring a liner. I mean, the liner weighs just under an ounce, and I'd rather have that insurance and not have wet clothing or sleep clothes or sleep quilts. So that is the majority of what I'm taking. There are some miscellaneous things. I am bringing the bear can, and it is packed with food, my first aid kit. Part of my water filtration stuff is also in the bear can. And so if there's anything else you want to look at, the sundry miscellaneous items that I'm bringing, all of those will be in the lighter pack link that will be below, and that will be updated in case I do make any changes before tomorrow. It will be updated every time I make a change, and going forward, generally I don't, once I've finished the trip, I don't touch those again. I leave them set on what I took, and if I modified anything, I add that to the list. So if you're curious about what else I'm taking, that will be on the lighter pack link. That'll be down in the details. I hope you guys have a great week. So just give you a quick rundown of the plan for this trip. Tomorrow, Sunday, I will be driving over after church to where I'm leaving my car, staying the night there, and then Ron Brown is picking me up and shuttling me to I-75 in Dalton, where I will start walking to the terminus. The plan is to try and do 34 miles Monday morning. It's supposed to get up to 65. I'm hoping I can make good time. I've been kind of rather than running this time, I've been practicing pacing. So I've been working on kind of, my theory is normalizing it to my body that walking 4 miles an hour is normal. So I'm hoping that will pay off, and if I can do a 4 mile an hour pace, especially on the road walk, I should be able to get this chunk of road knocked out pretty quick. Like I said, I'm trying to do a 34, and then Tuesday I am shooting for a 36. If I do the 34 Monday, that will be my biggest day ever. The 36 would then break that record. And that 36 would actually be, I would be crossing over, hitting the terminus, and then turning around and starting back to the car. So I will be coming solo back to the car to where it is at. So I will have hopefully a 23 mile day on Wednesday. So then once I get back to the car, hopefully Wednesday, I will be getting in the car, probably going somewhere and destroying some food, and then driving over to Alabama, to somewhere around Cheehaw, to start my hike there, to finish the Pinhoti, which I'll be completing at the same place I started in 2018 with Darwin, at the FS 500, Forest Road, Ranger Station, and where now is the Heflin Spur. So the plan is, once I get there, whether that be Thursday or Friday, I may split it up, I don't know, because I would like to get into Heflin while Town Hall is open. But I could still do that if I came in Thursday night and camped in the park, then I can be there Friday. So I'll be checking into Heflin and then trying to figure out how I'm going to get a ride back to my car, whether that means I may turn around and hike, or I may hitch, or I may just get a shuttle. We'll just have to see how it works out. But that's the plan. Thanks again for you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. I appreciate the likes and the follows. And I'll see you out there.